Hello angels and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I thought I would talk about veganuary. I know that it's halfway through January now and a lot of people are coming to the end of their challenge, but I was inspired to do this video because yesterday when I was at work I saw this woman stood by the little vegan section in the meat aisle and she looked really confused. So I went over to try and help her, as I do anytime I see a customer looking at anything remotely vegan for longer than 5 minutes. And she told me that her son was doing veganuary this month and she was just a bit stuck on what to get because she cooks as a family and didn't want to be making whole new meals for him. So we sat and had a little chat. I did some recommendations for her and it got me thinking, like, there are probably so many people who are new to veganism or doing veganuary who are probably quite lost, and I don't want people to be put off and think it's really difficult when honestly nowadays it is really not. So if you're new to this channel, my name's Amber and I've been vegan for almost 5 years. I went vegan on February 18th 2016. I literally did it cold turkey overnight because I personally am not a big meat lover. Mum's been vegetarian since before I was born, so we often grew up having corn and stuff. Meat was very much a rarity and I'm such a picky eater anyway, so I hated most kinds of meat, most forms of meat. Could never have meat on the bone, and I wasn't really a cheese person either. I'm very picky, so for me it was quite easy to go vegan. I went overnight. However, the year before I did actually have a little fail, so I tried to go vegan but I definitely tried for the wrong reasons. I just wanted to be skinny and have a nice body, because that's what all the fitness influencers were doing at that time, and obviously that's not how it works with any diet. As soon as you don't see progress within a couple of weeks you just give up, so that's what I did. And then the year after I was off school feeling quite ill and I was going on YouTube, and in my recommendations came up a video from Freely the Banana Girl about Zoella, and I really don't agree now with what she said at all, but at the time something she said about Zoella really kind of struck me, which was, if you love your pug so much, how can you sit and eat meat? Although, like I said, my views are definitely a bit different now, it really did strike a chord with me because I consider myself a massive animal lover. So why can I not eat meat? Why do I not like eating lamb but I can eat a beef burger? Like, it kind of got me to question my own morals and open these new doors. And that day I decided I was going vegan. As soon as I ate all my food that wasn't vegan, I was vegan, and yeah, 5 years later here we are. The way I eat is definitely a lot different to back then. I definitely was more in tune with Freely's style of eating. She has a scheme called Raw Till 4, which is basically where you eat nothing cooked until 4 o'clock, so just fruits and veg. She has so many mono meals, as she calls it, where she'll like eat 10 bananas or eat a whole melon and that's her lunch. And to be honest, I used to eat a whole watermelon for breakfast at the weekends, like half on each day. I used to take into school literally 2 heads of gem lettuce and just eat them. Like, I honestly wonder what my peers thought of me, like this random girl sat in the canteen just eating a lettuce off the head and that's it. Oh my god. So yeah, definitely the way I eat has evolved so much since then. I'm not scared of, you know, fat. I'm not scared of cooking and actual food. Also, the whole world's changed. The vegan movement is literally massive. When I first went vegan, they literally had almond milk and soy milk, and that was about it. I think there was like 1 vegan yogurt, no flavours. I think there was like 1 type of vegan cheese, and yeah, it was just really limited. Whereas now there's so much, there's such an abundance. We have ready meals, pizzas, literally things I couldn't even dream of. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a little bit of guidance on what to eat, how to incorporate meals and everything in this video. So if you're new to veganism, or someone you're cooking for is new to veganism, or they're doing veganuary or whatnot, I hope that this helps you. So my main tip is to honestly nowadays just eat whatever you're eating and sub out items. So if you're having burgers and chips for dinner, obviously just get a vegan burger with some vegan cheese, with some vegan spread, some vegan mayo, and it's the same thing and it will probably taste just about the same. If you're having a vegan curry, instead of having chicken pieces, have like tofu or chicken pieces and just swap them out. If you're having spaghetti bolognese or a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie, instead of using mince, use corn mince. And it really is that simple. It isn't as complicated as I think we build it up to being, because a lot of people always ask me like, oh my god, what do you eat as a vegan? And it is literally everything you eat, just vegan. Like, it's really not that difficult, especially nowadays. Another good piece of advice is don't try and be a health goddess. You are going to fail if you go into it thinking, I'm gonna be vegan, I'm gonna eat completely clean, no junk food, because it's too much. You know what you enjoy eating, whether you like chocolate, whether you like biscuits on a Friday night or every night. You know what you like. So if not only are you restricting, changing the amount you're eating and what you're eating, if you actually change it even more so not only are you cutting out like meat and dairy and replacing it with non-animal meat and dairy, but then also cutting it down even more to only healthy things and only low fat and low sugar and no carb, you are gonna fail. It is too much, it is overwhelming, you are gonna get cravings, and then as soon as you break it, you're gonna be like, oh, whatever, I give up. Next year, next veganuary. My best advice is to take it one step at a time. First off, just go vegan, replacing everything you eat with non-meat alternatives. Even if you just do it with meat or dairy products, that's still a really massive step for you, so well done. Honestly, take it at your own pace. Once you've tried to be vegan, then if you want to take it a step further and try to do a healthy thing, just take it slow. There's no need to dive in head first. Just let yourself get into it, and yeah, it's a lot easier that way, and it's a lot less of a stress and a hassle, because you don't want to make life hard for yourself. Like, what's the point in that? It's supposed to be enjoyable. So now you're probably thinking, well, you've told me I can just swap for the alternatives, but what are these alternatives? So obviously, like I said, we've got so much new stuff now that's vegan in stores, so many new vegan brands. It is great. However, if you aren't a vegan, you're probably not seasoned at finding stuff that isn't always clearly labelled. Yeah, it's great when a brand has vegan on it, but what if it doesn't? So for things that don't say vegan on them, you first want to check on the back, because sometimes it says suitable for vegans on the back, or sometimes it'll say suitable for vegetarians, and if it doesn't have egg, milk in bold, or honey that's not in bold, then it is vegan. So they're the main things to look out for. Egg and milk will always be bold because it's an allergen, and honey won't because it's not a typical allergen. So that one you have to look a bit harder for, but the only thing it's really going to be in is like sweets and sweeteners and things like that. It's not really in a lot of food. And another point just to note is, I actually get asked about this a lot. Sometimes food says like vegetarian, doesn't have anything on the ingredients list, but below the ingredients list it says may contain. You can just ignore that. Usually what that means is it's made or distributed in a factory that also deals with products that do contain milk or eggs in them. It's just there so that if you are allergic to milk or eggs and you eat it and you have an allergic reaction, you can't sue them because it says may contain. It is like a legal thing. Now, to give you some examples of what I love eating personally, a brand I would really recommend is Linda McCartney, because all their food is so amazing. My favourite thing from them, full stop, are the country pies, I think they're called. They are literally my favourite thing to have whenever I'm feeling a bit down. The pastry is just amazing. You've got the chorizo sausages, the rosemary sausages, and just the normal vegetarian sausages. They're all vegan, they're all amazing, but be careful with Linda McCartney because some of their stuff is just vegetarian, so like their mozzarella burgers and stuff like that, obviously it's not vegan. However, their stuff's normally quite clearly labelled. Then you've got the brown corn, which is like a vegetarian staple. Some of their products are vegan, some of them aren't. Some of them do have egg and milk in them, but yeah, some of them are vegan. I know they do some chicken nuggets and stuff like that. They used to do fishless fingers, which literally were my favourite thing, and they stopped doing them. So if you're calling or listening, bring them back, please. Please. They were so low in like fat and just so yummy. I miss them, please. Then you've got more expensive high-end brands. You've got Moving Mountains and Beyond Meat, which are literally so amazing. Like, I'm not sure about the Moving Mountains burger, but I know the Beyond Meat burger like bleeds, and it is so meaty and so yummy. Definitely like a indulgent meal, also because it's quite expensive, but if you're looking for like more cheaper alternatives to them, you've got the Naked Glory and the Bird's Eye burger are just as good. Overall, in both Naked Glory and the Bird's Eye ranges, I find for vegan options are really good. I like the Bird's Eye meatballs and the chicken strips. For Moving Mountains, I really like the cheeky tikka strips. They're really nice in a curry. Another brand I really like is Naked Glory. They've got pizza, they've got kebab strips, they've got loads, so definitely check them out too for more kind of meatier things. We've now got Richmond sausages. My mum loves putting them in sausage rolls with sometimes some cranberry sauce, and they are divine. Speaking of pastry, so the whole Just Roll range is vegan. The puff pastry, short crust pastry, all the cinnamon swirls, pain au chocolat, croissants, everything's vegan, so definitely get on that. It is my guilty pleasure. And then for pizzas, literally so much option now. You've got the Goodfellas, you've got spicy salsa and falafel, and the Chicago Town pizzas, which all of them I love. I only shop in Tesco, so I'm not that certain on other brands, but Tesco also do a really good range of their own. They also have an exclusive range of Wicked Kitchen, which do some really nice, fresh, chilled ready meals. They're not frozen. Some of them are freezable, some of them are not, but a lot of them are really nice. So like the Nana's Bolognese I really like, and the curries, all of them amazing. We've got ginsters, corn pasties, you've now got a wall sausage roll, like just amazing. Literally every time they bring in new vegan stuff now, I feel overwhelmed because there's actually so much to choose from, which is so mad to me because it used to be literally like there's nothing, I have to make everything myself. So it's just really cool to see, really. Now in terms of cheese, I'm funny on vegan cheese. I love it from a restaurant, but I'm quite picky on it when it's from the fridge. I feel like it's not the same from a supermarket. If you're a bit bougie and you want to go out there and you want to make a pizza, go on the Vegan Kind supermarket and get the mozzarella that's on there. That is what like most of the restaurants use. It is really, really good, amazing melt, just really yummy. But if you're in a supermarket now, they have got a couple options which I would recommend. So the Applewood smoked cheddar is really, really nice. I like that. My boyfriend actually, who hates all vegan cheese, and I force feed him every single new flavour, so you know there's consensus that it is nice. He said that is like, it doesn't taste like cheese, but he likes it. So there's that. My favourite is the Applewoods Mexicana. I could literally eat a block of that. I have eaten a block of that in one night. It is so amazing, really nice, and the slices on a burger as well, nice and a toasty. I just obviously has this little spicy kick from the jalapenos, so yeah, definitely get on that. So that's kind of like my general favourites, things that have now been made vegan, but there are a lot of products which are accidentally vegan and they've actually been vegan for a long time, like the Just Roll things. So we've got pot noodles. I'm pretty sure all the flavours are, for sure. I know that the sticky rib one is because that's the one I used to have, but I'm pretty sure almost all of the pot noodle flavours are, and I know that sounds pretty weird seeing as they're all meat flavoured, but let's be real, it's a pot noodle, it's all artificial anyway, so yeah, they're all vegan. Oreos are vegan, which normally blows a lot of people's minds because of the cream filling, but actually it's just vanilla frosting and it is actually vegan. Pink Panthers are vegan. Tesco's own plain digestives or dark chocolate covered digestives, not McVitie's. McVitie's have milk in them. Don't make the same mistake as me because I bought them once and was very disappointed. Bourbons and custard creams are vegan usually. Co-op donuts, the custard and the jam ones, are both vegan. You got things like chips, hash browns, things like that from the freezer section. Onion rings, they're all usually vegan. An Instagram account I'd actually recommend to follow is Vegan Food UK. I'll put a little thing in because I can't remember their handle, but they are literally the best. They talk about whenever things are vegan, whenever recipes change to go vegan or not vegan, and yeah, it's just a really cool thing to keep up with all the new vegan news and stuff if you are vegan or interested in veganism. I know my boyfriend is the furthest thing from vegan ever, and even he likes to try some of the stuff that I have just to see what it's like, and he actually even prefers the Greg's vegan sausage roll to the normal one. So moving on to restaurants. I know we're in a lockdown, I know, but when things open up, even though veganuary will be long gone by then, maybe you like to try some vegan stuff, and so here's just a little rundown of restaurants which do vegan options. So you've got KFC, they have the vegan Whopper, I think they're calling it, or just the vegan burger, they'll know what you mean, but don't have the chips because the chips aren't vegan, but the burger's really, really good. I would definitely recommend that. You've got McDonald's, no burgers, but their chips are vegan. I don't know if they do like a little beanie thing, but it looks kind of like rubbish, so I mean, I don't know. You've got Greg's, we've got the minced beef pasty and the vegan sausage roll. I believe they've got a vegan donut now, and I think they've brought out some new stuff for veganuary, but I haven't been in one since because they don't do them around me. They're only kind of up north and everywhere but here, I'm pretty sure, have a Greg's. You've got cafes like Starbucks, Costa, Cafe Nero, all do vegan options. Cafe Nero I think is definitely the best for vegan food, although Starbucks is my favourite place to get coffee, so. But Cafe Nero, I know last time I went, had like a pesto mozzarella panini. They have like some really, really yummy options there and some really yummy cakes, so I definitely recommend checking out Cafe Nero. And Costa, me and Costa have a little bit of beef because they have the festive hot chocolates, and I specifically asked if it could be made vegan and she told me it could, and turns out they have milk in them, so I'm not happy with Costa. So they do have vegan options, but I don't trust them anymore. She looked in the recipe book and everything. Oh, anyway. And then for restaurants, one of my favourite restaurants is Wagamama's. They literally have a whole vegan menu, the vegatsu and the yasai gyoza dumplings are my two recommendations. Literally, I get it every single time I go. So amazing, but they have so many more amazing vegan options, which I'm sure are so good. But you know, like when you found your favorite thing, you don't want to try anything new because what if it's not as good as what you normally order, and then you just sat there eating the new thing thinking, I wish I got the original thing. I fear. Me and my boyfriend's favorite restaurant to go to together is Zizi's. They have, again, a whole vegan menu, super yummy pizzas. They have some nice pasta options too, and yummy desserts like a salted caramel cheesecake at one point. They used to have a strawberries and cream calzone, which I used to love, and a chocolate torte, which was just amazing. I know Pizza Express and Prezzo and Wildwoods also have their own vegan menus, which are super yummy too, and just loads of restaurants. You'd actually be surprised at how many chains now do vegan options, even delivery companies. So you've got Pizza Hut. However, again, little beef for Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut only do vegan pizzas if you're ordering from a restaurant delivery. If you're just ordering from a delivery depot, they don't do vegan options, which makes me very, very, very angry, because why? When Domino's and Papa John's both have vegan options, and you have Domino's and Papa John's also have vegan options, but I don't really like them. I find Papa John's a bit stodgy and Domino's a bit just sad. Like I just really wasn't vibing with them, but the Pizza Hut pizzas are definitely amazing if you're lucky enough to live near one that is a restaurant too. So yeah, there's some personal recommendations. I probably missed out some because there's just so many. Another massive tip is to look at what's local. We have some amazing restaurants in Cambridge, like Vegan Vice, which is amazing. Doppelganger, again, amazing, which just do some really lovely food. If you live near London, they've got Pureza, they've got literally, I can't even think, there's so many, and most places now do vegan options. So when you're eating out, it is so easy to eat vegan, and it's normally just as good and amazing as what everyone else is eating around the table, and usually they'll ask to try what you're eating. I know, very unfair, but yeah, once you do that, veganism becomes so much easier and so much less scary to go into. It's a lot less daunting because, like I said, you're literally taking your diet and just swapping things out. It's really not that deep. It doesn't have to be a whole, you know, new year, new me thing. It's just making little changes, and yeah, it will make a difference. And like I said, once you've mastered that, if you want a healthier diet, then do that. Don't try and go all in, because you will succumb to the cravings of chocolate. And yeah, my final message is you don't have to be healthy to be vegan. That's not what it is about for a lot of people. You've got the environmental, the ethics, the animal welfare. There's so many different sides to it. But yeah, if you do want to do it, then go for it. I wish you the best of luck. And I do actually have a little vegan what I eat in a week, some little recipes, which I'll put in the top corner, whichever one it is. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped, and I hope you enjoy your little veganism journey. But if you aren't going on a veganism journey, I hope you just enjoyed the ride. But anyway, I'll leave you there, so bye.